Warmth, their professionalism, and of course their positive energy in the business, giving you, Grenada, all of the vibes each and every single second of the day. Power 95 Grenada, y'all know that I love y'all. You understand? And of course, Puffy is also a part of the family. So blessings and cheers to another 10 years.
10 years loud, proud, and trusted. Power 95.
Because of the diversity within the different DJs. It goes from young to old. Everybody knows what they're about. And I believe they have the best selection of DJs island-wide. It's good as a student to listen to Power 95 because after school, when you're really stressed, you had a crazy day, sometimes you just want some humor, sometimes you just want something to de-stress a little bit. So I would turn on the radio when I'm on my way home, 95.1, and I would listen to Battle of the Beats, all the input from the different people, different characters calling in from all over Grenada. It really brings a sense of peace to me. So yeah, and I would just like to wish Power 95 a happy 10th anniversary.
10 years loud, proud, and trusted. Power 95, a decade strong.
Ten years of Power 95.
One station, Power 95, a decade strong. From day one to year 10, still your number one. Grenada's heartbeat on the airwaves. We didn't follow the culture. We built it. Your music, your station, your power. "10 years loud, proud, and trusted." Power 95, a decade strong.
Na na na, it's only love in the ladies' room. It's love in the room. It's love in the room. Well, if it's in our loving tongue, baby, it's love in the room. Don't whine on me here, lady. It's love in the room. If he wanna fight and stray, it's love in the room. We playing with House Monday.
Good morning, ladies and problems. Welcome back to the room. It is Tuesday, November 25th. And a happy Tuesday to each and every one of you. And of course, if you are celebrating a birthday today, I want to wish you a happy birthday. Alrighty. And if you're celebrating life like I am, well, that works. Happy Tuesday to everyone. Shout out to the folks up the road. Yeah, your Thanksgiving, your Turkey Day is coming up. And of course, Black Friday shopping. That's what I'm looking forward to, really. The special discounts everywhere. But we'll talk about that. Welcome back. Thank you so much to Nirvana Spa and Detox. Thank you so much, Beacon Insurance. Thank you so much, Western Union, Harry Edwards Jewelers, and of course you, the loyal listeners of Power 95. If you're viewing the live stream on Facebook or YouTube, or you're listening on radio 95.1, 95.3, Thank you so much for being here for another day. Yep. And you guys remember daylight saving time. So some of you are getting caught. Make sure you set your alarms. Yeah, because it's now 10 o'clock on your end, 11 here. You got to set your alarms. Some of you are getting left. Fix up yourselves. All right? I thank you. Okie dokes, y'all keeps. We got a very interesting conversation this morning. I'm sure you guys saw the heading, but before we get into it, let me say welcome to those of you on the live right now on Facebook and YouTube again. Good morning, Shante. Thank you so much for powering up. Good morning, Carol Belfon, logged in from since 10:39. Good morning, Shauna Henry, Empress J. Grant, Marianne Frederick, Sonia Raymond Nelson. Are you good up the road or you warming up? Terrace Mellet, good morning. Shout outs to Maureen Isaac, Don Cudjoe, Donna Dumont Edwards. Who else is here? Precious Jewel, Wise King, Trisha Franklin, Jackie Douglas Adams. She's still on this birthday thing? Denise Meave James, welcome. Queen Bee, big up yourself. Jenny Charles Gilbert, Kem Simeon, good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday, sis. Good morning, Roxanne Scott, Yvette James, Shireen James, Lisa, good morning. Marvelyn Thomas, also Rajesh McIntosh, Petra Andrew, Vanessa St. John, who else is checking in? Abigail Nelson, Rachel Boateng. I like your name. It's 8 a.m. here. Where are you? What side are you on? Unison Joseph, big up yourself. Hey Sue, morning, 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 sis. Good morning, Michelle Douglas, Kofi, who outside December 6th. We are. Agnes Dowden, top of the morning to everyone looking. Good morning, good morning. Tomorrow to say snow. Snow. Listen, I don't have a problem. I have on flip-flops. It's raining today. Yeah, it's been a rainy couple of days, but I'm not complaining. I like when it's cool, yeah, not too hot, but cool, because when you're going up in age, it's a reminder that you need to change your ways because hell is hot. So you start feeling hot, and it's not a good feeling at all. So I like when it's like this. So it's good vibes. Sherry George, Auntie Sherry, you good? I see you Stein Sunday up the road. You love the politics, don't you? Ari, morning, Rita. Yeah, I saw you live in action. You just love it. You just love it. You just love it. Yeah, so we good to go. Marvin, big up yourself. Kata, Candy Kiss Lawrence. How is I didn't see Shauna for the past couple of days. I hope she's good. Or you in Edmonton, okay? Kareem, Khalees. Yeah, I had to make a trip that side. I heard it's Canada, as the late tourism minister, what's it? Not late now, but the former. I keep telling people late as if we're dead. Former tourism minister Brenda Hood used to say Canada. So, Gabby, good evening from Barcelona. You live in your life, Papa. You live in your best life, and you're still trying to terrorize the people, boy child. Anywho's, hope you're enjoying the birthday. Jackie, I need some details on the dress. I love the dress, the color and everything. Everything, the makeup, the nails was just, yeah, you went out for this birthday. So, loving the dress. Frances Peg, Glendolyn, good morning, welcome. Clarina, good morning. What going on with Sheen and them these days? I find Sheen get bright, Papa. Sheen is no longer Sheen, you know. You remember once upon a time you could get about 3-4 frock for $100? Now you're getting, if you're lucky, you're getting 2, you know. What Sheen and them behaving so far? Somebody was me yesterday telling me, asking me where they could get. I said, listen, you ain't have nothing called good, cheap nothing again. Sheen is Mr. Sheen now, so you ought to go back to regular programming. It's like they were glad for this opportunity with this tax thing to jack those prices up, and then prices don't look like they're going down anytime soon. It's expensive. Nobody make you feel bad these days for wearing Sheen. Sheen is no longer cheap. 75, 80, 100 and going up the road for Shein clothes now. So when people want to make you feel small because you're wearing Shein clothes, pull out your receipt, pull out your invoice, pull up Shein and show them. Maybe a little tap here or there, but if you're talking about clothes, hang out, dress up, it's no longer no $10 and $20 Trump tariff mashup Shein. Yeah, it's listen. So don't make nobody make you feel no type of way for wearing sheen. I see people just want to give people talk until you're wearing sheen clothes, as if clothes is only big and fool too much according to them Jamaican. Trying to make somebody feel small for wearing me. Once you look good and I like it, I'm wearing it. It could be $5, $10, $100. Once I like it, we wearing it. I didn't put this nothing for rainy days, only starting to talk about what people doing and who ain't doing. Anyway, we have a very interesting topic this morning, but before I go into that, because you know the time is limited, just want to remind you guys again about the dates. Yeah, we ready for Shireen said the world is expensive. Yeah, man, everybody jacking up their prices. Some of them things you're seeing, and you're looking forward to like a Black Friday sale is it's like the price and this, the sale is the same thing. It's not the sales and sales in as before. You know, you still look forward to clear out your cart and ain't looking bright at all these days. I'm not gonna lie. So thank God I bought a 2 little piece before the tariff. But you had to stock up. You can't wait until every time you go to look for something else is a problem. But it is what it is, right? It is what it is. So December 6th, like I said, a reminder, we're celebrating our 10th anniversary, and of course we'll be on the Port Louis lawn come December 6th. Our artist friends will be there, the power DJs will be there, and I know we can definitely boast about having the best DJs in the land, so they're gonna be there putting, putting the music, giving us the good music, and of course we also have some of our artist friends who will be there, who've been here with us throughout the years, supporting us, and of course we've shown the love to them. They're gonna be there, so we definitely look forward to seeing you there and having you guys on board. Yep. Delroy Lewison, you good, Delly? Lydia James, good morning, all my Canada peeps. Welcome back to the room. Somebody sent me this yesterday, and I'm like, wow, you know, we say we tired with the man and woman thing. So this was a really good change of conversation, because it's something that we don't necessarily talk about, but I'm sure we've all experienced it at least once or more than once, or it's a regular routine for a lot of people. And I'm talking about this thing called entitlement. Entitlement is a disease we don't talk about enough. And I want to talk about it. Wait, no. Gabby, you're running your house or you're running around your house? You have to make confusion to come in Grenada. Hello? Not here you from? According to the man, where you have to make Tebe to come? I thought you was the woman in your house that when you say you're moving, you pick up your bag, you pack your bag and you say, hey, I'm coming back, I'm making a trip go down the road. You have to make Tebe to come in Grenada? Nah, Papa. You see when you hear people talking, it's just good to listen to them and don't put your pot on fire for them, because the people with the most mouth is problems, you know. When you see them in their house, water can when you see them in the house, wildcat busting them, but they're on the air and they're on social media making the most noise. And when they're in their house, look at you this morning talking about you have to make confusion and play vex to come. Beside Monday, dog day, how you name those cross. One thing I like is your honesty. I like the way that you don't care today. Monday could fall on a Sunday. I like how you keep it real. Well, you gotta bring him come. Because say 2 male crab can stay in the same hole, so you gotta fix up your problem for the season. Anywho, so this one is pretty long, so let me see if I can condense it as much as possible. And then I want to delve into this whole entitlement thing that a lot of people seem to have, and they think that it's normal and it's okay, when the truth and the fact is it is not. So this young lady wrote to me, and she basically says, hey Aruna, black sheep of the family, I'm the one who always was on the run, always gave trouble, always the trouble girl of the family. A few years ago, my dad and wife, who are no longer together now, had children. He has children outside of his marriage. They built a house, which is said to be for the children. So if anything were to happen to the marriage, it's for the children to live in. She says when the house was actually built, there was no light, no water, so all the marriage children went to the wife's family house to live. I stayed in the house with my dad because there was no electricity and he was alone, so I stayed with him. And then finally they got electricity. I'm not sure about the water, but they got it, blah, blah, blah. And then she was asked to leave. Even though she was going in with the father, no power, no nothing. When power come back on now, people come back home and she was asked to leave. She was told there wasn't enough space in the house for her, so she moved in with her grandmother, lived with the grandmother for years. They had their ups and downs, yada, yada, yada. But she raised her nonetheless. But when the time came, apparently, the land that she was living on with the grandmother, they were squatting. And the government basically gave them, you need to pay or you're going to have to move. And the grandmother apparently called everybody, family, called son, called, nobody came to her rescue. However, she passed away before they did anything. So this young lady now is saying she paid for the land, it's now in her name. And even when the grandmother passed away, she had to pay to bury her, did everything on her own, minus, an aunt in the US who helped her and the constituency rep who helped put things in place. And that was it. So she said it was just her uncle and herself. The uncle helped her with the cleaning of the yard, the house. She says the uncle is a, good supporter, good backbone and all of that. Anything she needed done, she would go to the uncle. Fast forward, a few years ago, the house burned. Yep, the house burned. And after that, she had to move in with a guy and his family, that guy that she was seeing and his family, whom she says are God bless people because they treated her so well that she wanted to give them their flowers and thank them for, accommodating her and her son into their home. She said her family, her father never asked her where she was going to live. Nobody asked her where she was going to live except her few friends. Fast forward again, and the house is being rebuilt by the government on the same land. Now remember the house I mentioned earlier that was built and they asked her to leave, right? Well, that house now has to move where it is because the person who they were renting the land from wants to occupy it. So the house has to move. So now she's being told that she needs to have her brothers come and build on the land. Follow the story here. Same land that she fight up with to purchase on her own because they are frustrated. And according to her, she bought the land because it's where she grew up. It's where her siblings know their grandmother stays, blah, blah, blah. And it's the last memory her son has of the grandmother. Yeah? But even if it's for them, there were never anyone to pay for it. She says, never anyone to take care of it. Never anyone to take care of her grandmother. Never anyone to do anything other than always waiting to receive the benefits. So she's curious and she's troubled. Me know what you're troubled about because to me this picture is pretty clear. But I guess you're a very, very, very good soul. So she's troubled now and it's troubling her because she don't want to tell me, yes, come on the land, and then she's not comfortable. And then it becomes a problem where she has to ask him to leave. She says, I don't want to just be like, oh, no, you all can't come and be selfish. I'm not sure if I'm making the right decision or not. So, yeah, she reached out to the ladies' room asking for help. And she's a mother of 2 children. Feel no good for you. You see when it comes to think of land and putting people on your land? Because next year we might have another ladies' room where you're coming back and say your own family put you out of your own land, fight you out and stress you out that you have to leave your own land and run. Leave that alone. Self first is not selfish. You cannot save the world all the time. Sometimes you have to put yourself first. Now that you are a mother of 2, your priority ought to be your 2 children. Your priority now ought to be your 2 children. When you can help, you can, but you cannot overexert yourself. And that is why I want to talk about entitlement. Entitlement is a disease we don't talk about enough. That silent sickness that creeps into families, friendships, relationships, even workplaces. And nobody wants to call it out, but it's real and it's exhausting because some people don't show up for you, they don't support you, they don't invest in you, they don't check on you, but somehow feel entitled to the very things you struggle to build. They have a habit of disappearing when you need help, but somehow magically reappear when there's something to benefit them. They don't contribute, but they claim rights. They don't sacrifice, but they expect rewards. They don't show effort, but they demand access. And you know what the craziest part is? They have a way of making you feel guilty for protecting what you made sacrifices for, what you paid for, what you cried for, what you rebuilt from nothing. Why do people feel entitled? And it's generally speaking, sometimes you'd listen to some programs with government and what have you, and the way some people would talk about, oh, the minister ain't come and fix the road, not the road, but the minister ain't come and fix my house. And there one time I heard one say that from since was Hurricane Ivan, they have their roof leaking and whatever, and up to now nobody ain't come and help them. Huh? Why do people feel so entitled? Because for years, many of us have been trained to overextend, to give without boundaries, to love without limits, to be the strong one, the responsible one, the good one, even when it is breaking us. We just have this sense of we have to carry, especially families, you have to carry your whole family because you might be the only one doing better or you're doing good, but nobody stops and check in on you and say, hey, you know what? I may not be able to give you back financially, but you know, I know you like mango, I know you like plum, I know you like pear. When I have that, let me make a little bag and bring for you. Nothing, nada, zilch. So you see, when accountability is absent, that is when entitlement grows. People feel entitled when you've always been the one to fix everything. They benefited from your softness. They mistake your generosity for duty. They've never been told no. They see your progress and they want a shortcut through you. And you see, the moment you finally draw a line, when you mash bricks and you draw a line in the road or in the sand, now you come the evil one. You become the villain. You the wicked one now all of a sudden. Like they somehow conveniently forget all the things you did for them before. All the times you were present, all the time you showed up. You see that one no? Hey. You could give 1,000,000 yes, but you see the minute time you say no? Here's the truth. You are not selfish for protecting your peace. You are not wrong for setting boundaries. You are not obligated to carry adults who refuse to carry themselves. Let's see what Kimal is saying. Kimal says some people were taught directly or indirectly that they should always fix, carry, or save others. So when you choose responsibility, boundaries, or personal priorities, guilt shows up because it clashes with the old belief that you must sacrifice yourself to be good. Well, I don't want to be good again. I don't want to be good again. I'm sorry. Because you overextend yourself and then you're tired. And nobody sees when you're drained. Nobody sees when your cup is empty. Some people only understand your worth when your absence becomes louder than your presence. A lot of people don't want partnership. They want access without effort. They want benefits without responsibility. They want comfort without contribution. But be it family, friend, co-worker, co-mover, whatever the case might be, you're allowed to close doors. You're allowed to say no. You're allowed to guard what you built with your own hands, your own sweat, and your own scars. Too many times we let people guilt drag you back into places where You were never respected or appreciated. So stop letting entitlement disguise itself as family or love. And stop shrinking yourself for people who never show up unless there's something to gain. And I'm sure each and every one of you listening or on the live or whatever today, you can identify somebody or some bodies who always miraculously show up when there's something to gain. At the end of the day, boundaries aren't selfish, they're survival, because if you don't set and create boundaries, you will burn out and nobody cares. Nobody cares. Gabby said, parents teach us that stupidity. Some things we gotta leave in 1985. I'm telling you, we have a lot of learned behaviors we have to unlearn. They taught us that this thing you have to give to be to be seen as a nice person. So it doesn't matter if you're giving, and you don't have at all. Even if you had to suck salt and give the last that you have. No. This entitlement is a strange thing. You see this invisible load people place on your back while standing there with empty hands watching you struggle? It usually starts quietly, a favor here, a little expectation, you could help me with this, there. Then this grows into a responsibility you never agreed to. Case in point, somebody came to you one time saying, you know what, I have a child, situation, child father not stepping up, need a little assistance to get some milk and diapers for baby. And anytime you hear baby and children, you have to have a heart of stone not to feel, when you hear baby, like baby and children in the mix. So you extend a helping hand, thinking that, all right, not realizing the person takes set on you, and now you become like the father, like you are mother, father now, because you helped one time, then it becomes you ain't hear nothing from them again, And then a couple or day or two just before they're ready to come back again, they will say, they come to check on you. Sometimes they even check on you. They just come back with the same sad story again. And before you realize it, you become the dependable one. The one who show up, the one who gives, stretches, sacrifices, the one who somehow always find a way. And meanwhile, the people who expect the most often give the least. They ain't see you tired. They ain't see you struggling. They don't acknowledge that you're probably doing without to help. Or the nights you probably cry, or the battles you've probably fought alone. All they see is what they think you owe them. All they see is what they think you owe them. But at the end of the day, entitlement really comes from a place of love. It comes from comfort. It comes from habit, from generational patterns like what Gabby was talking about, our parents and them teach us, from generational patterns passed down from family to family. It comes from people who never learn to appreciate, only to expect. And like I said, the minute time you slow down, the moment you set a boundary, suddenly you're selfish, you change, you forget where you come from. They never talk about the years when you held everything together. Never talk about the burdens you carried quietly so they wouldn't fall apart. They never talked about how your strength became the excuse to be weak. Nothing. Let me hear what this person's saying.
Good afternoon, Grenada. Good afternoon.
No, it's morning time, miss.
Calling from Street Vincy, man.
No, it's morning time, not afternoon yet. Like, you'll just wake up on me, lady. But big up yourself. Yeah, Vincy in action right now. Right now, Vincy is the place to be. Election kicking pin. Yeah, so... like Kemal saying, it's folk about and let it speak for... No. I'm telling you, entitlement grows where gratitude is missing. It grows where people confuse access with ownership, where love is mistaken for obligation. You're not obligated to do nada zilch. Anytime somebody do me a favor or do something for me, I am highly appreciative because I always have it at the forefront, not at the back, that you don't have to do, you don't owe me nothing. So if you give me something or you help me with something, I always appreciate it and I take care of it and I cherish it. Because my thing is, you don't have to, you did not have to. You are not obligated to, and that is where a lot of people go wrong. A lot of people don't understand. No one is obligated to do anything for you. No one is obligated to do anything for you. So why do we have this entitlement spirit so deeply embedded in us that sometimes people vex with you if you tell them no, you know. They vex with you for your own thing, for your own time. If you say, I can't make it this wrong, so I can't help you this time. I've had somebody actually said that to me, oh, you get rich and switch. I'm like, rich and switch is what? Is you ever ask me how I'm making it? People see you put on 2 pieces of clothes. They see you take 2 pictures and throw up and they figure that you have it made or you have some tree that you're shaking somewhere and money falling from it. I always say a lot of us make struggle look good. I mean we have it. We just send out there putting your business out for everybody to know and making you looking like how you what you're going through. A lot of us deal with our own issue on our own. We don't tell the marish and the parish. But that don't mean you have it. So even if you get it 1 or 2 times, oh God, man, be grateful now. People actually say, oh, you go so and so and the money you're taking and go so and so you could get. Like, what? No, there's some plucky people outside here, you know. I ain't sure some of you come across them, but believe you me, there are some plucky. And you just have to watch the person and be like, huh? You much time I was at the backspace? Like, you just want to sit down and tell them about themselves, but then, you know what? I'm in my soft girl era, I'm in my peaceful era, so let me just hit the backspace button and leave you to think what you think and feel how you feel. But the answer is still no. A lot of the times, love is mistaken for obligation, and your kindness becomes someone else's currency. And many of us are battling with that silent guilt. Am I wrong for protecting my peace? Am I selfish for choosing myself? Should I keep giving because that's what they expect? I'm on time now. Yeah. But here's the truth. You are not obligated to break yourself just to keep someone else whole. You are allowed to redefine the role you play in people's lives. You're allowed to say no. You're allowed to put up a boundary. You're allowed to choose a life that doesn't drain you. Because at the end of the day, which is night, entitlement only has power when you feed it. Once you stop, once you pull back, once you stand firm, you'll see the difference between people who truly love you and people who love what you do for them. Gentle reminder, you don't owe anyone the pieces of you that you need for your own healing. Being kind doesn't mean being walked on. Being supportive doesn't mean being used. Being family doesn't mean being sacrificed. And sometimes, a lot of the times, choosing you is the only way to finally breathe. No, the audacity does be loud. The audacity does be loud, 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 loud. The audacity does be very, very loud. So in the case of the lady with your family and this land business, you and owe you ain't owe nobody anything except your children that you have to take care of, your babies. Yeah? That is who you're obligated to, your babies. And even when they become adults, they have to fend for themselves. You're in a position to help and you want to, that is on you. Your babies for life, you do that. But you see this guilt trip that people want to put people in. No. Cut it out. We're about to go into 2026. A lot of you have freeloaders on your back. You need to drop them. Drop them. Get them off your back. Get them off your shoulder. Yeah? Get them off your shoulder. Drop them. Wherever you stop, drop them. Yeah. You need to tell them, listen, I love all you, I love all you, but I cannot put myself and my children in a position that brings stress or instability. I work hard for this land, and I need to protect my space, so for now, it's a no. Gently and firmly. I love all you bad, but I can't put myself and my children in a position where that brings stress or instability, because it does start like that. I've heard too many stories of people living on family land. You bring people on land, and all of a sudden people want to beat you on your own land and put you out of your own land, and confusion. Listen, like I said, you're not selfish at the end of the day, and I'm speaking directly now to the lady who sent this in. You're not selfish. You're exhausted. You've carried responsibilities that were never yours alone. Land, burial, rebuilding, caregiving, and now after everything, the same people who were never present when you needed help suddenly want access to the one thing you secured. Nah. You don't owe anybody your land, miss. You pay for it. You handled everything alone when nobody else stepped up. And that gives you full right to decide who lives there and under what conditions. Family doesn't mean access without accountability. Yep, they're your brothers, but sometimes you just have to ask yourself, they say, where are the day? Yeah? Where were you when your grandmother needed help? When the land needed paying for? When the house burned down? When you and your son had nowhere to stay? Sometimes you just have to go back in memory lane and bring them thing up, you know. People can't be absent in your struggle and present only in time to benefit. Nah. At the end of the day, like I said, you're a mother of two, and your first priority is stability, safety, and peace for your children. If allowing them to build on your land will cause future conflict, stress, disrespect, or make you feel uncomfortable in your own space, no is a word, and it can be used. You don't need to feel guilty for protecting your peace. Because even when you come up with agreements, even when you say you're charging them rent, even when you say you're making some contribution plan, they will start off nice. Give me a year or two, and then boops, everything fall down. You said it yourself, based on your story, that your brothers don't have a track record of showing up consistently. So if your spirit already feeling uneasy, trust that. Trust that. You don't need to give no explanation, no debate, no guilt. You live the life already carrying everybody, carrying the whole, everybody and the judgy bundle. Now it's time to put you and your children first. That is and should be your number one priority. And that goes for everybody. It may not be a land situation, but it could be some other situation where you're feeling guilty about saying no. Ina says, I did so much of so-called family and friends, I am done. It's all about me now. I spend so much money fixing up my mom's house. When I come to Grenada to visit, I have to go on rent. See what I'm telling you? You can't even get a night dress over the same place you fix up. Listen, don't wonder hard way, eh? Nothing and nobody should pressure you. And we hungry like dogs sometimes. You do bad mind and like to count your money that you even have for yourself. I'm telling you, just you do a little splurge and all of a sudden all of a sudden people talking about, oh, you and helping people. Ah, boy. It's rough out here, you know. Talman says Grenadians never want to hear the words no. And when they do hear it, they vex more than you. Well, you got to vex, you know. You really got to vex because we ain't have it and we ain't have it. We say no and it's no. No is a word and it can be used. So like I said, going into the new year, you have to start and set up some kind of boundaries. Otherwise, people will walk up your chest and run down your back. Or run up your chest and walk down your back. You have to set some kind of boundaries. Because once you allow it, people just take advantage. And they don't know, you know what, this person doing me a favor. They're not obligated to, they don't have to. So, you know, let me take it easy and appreciate it in whatever little way, shape, or form I can. Nope. Once they get to ride you, they're riding you. Up and down. Petra says, I've learned the hard way to set boundaries. In the beginning, it felt strange, but now it feels so good. I say no with no hard feelings anymore. They show entitlement so low-key that you yourself don't even realize it when it happens. And they become so bold, they don't even offer anything, even if they could assist. I am so done now. Yeah. You had to. Yeah? You have to. Anywho's. I think that's about it for my TED Talk today. Thanks for coming to the class. Yeah? And I hope you got something to take away from today's TED Talk about entitlement and not allowing anyone to guilt you into doing more than you can do. Sometimes even more than you can even afford to. You overextend yourself. Not saying you don't help or you shouldn't, but you just have to know when. You have to set the boundaries. When enough is enough. Yeah? So that's it. Have a great Tuesday, everybody. We'll check in tomorrow, God's will. No is a whole sentence. I'm telling you. A whole one. Learn to use it and be comfortable using it. When you do that, you see how much your life free up and how much easier you sleep and better you sleep at nights. No guilt. No. And no explanation. No is a word. It's a sentence. It's an answer. You don't need to give no explanation for why I said no. I said no and I said no. Yeah? That is it. Have a great Tuesday, everybody. Thank you so much for powering up. Thank you so much to Davana Spa and Detox, Beacon Insurance, Western Union, Harry Edwards, for powering up our show. And like I said, we shall reconvene at 11 a.m. tomorrow for more. Have a great Tuesday, everybody. All right?
Ten years, one station, Power 95, a decade strong. From day one to year 10, still your number one. Grenada's heartbeat on the airwaves. We didn't follow the culture. We built it. Your music, your station, your power. "10 years loud, proud, and trusted. Power 95, a decade strong.